Good morning, everybody, and happy Friday. Happy New Year to everybody that I haven't seen or yet. So I'm going to put my video on here. What's happening with my video? There we go. I'm in the Northern Lights today. So we've got a few people that are going to do the presentation. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just make that particular person host, and then they'll do their presentation. Some are talking through it, some have got presentations. So you'll just need to let me know, Wendy, whom I must do next. But I think it's very important that we give the feedback from the trips that we've been on. And so I think what I'll do, Wendy, I'll start with you and I'll make you host. And then we'll go from there. We'll just move through everybody.
Okay, cool. No problem, Ange. Okay. Just give me a second here. Can everyone see my screen?
It's starting to come on now. See, yeah, started to share. Yeah, there we go.
Okay, cool. Mine's just super quick. So first, what I'm going to talk about is Lift Airline. So I flew Lift Airline Cape Town to Joburg. Is it still there? Okay, sorry. Cape Town to Joburg. 2-hour flights. So currently the only routes that they have is Joburg, Cape Town. They are going to be introducing more routes soon. I'm not sure when, but to Durban and Bloem, I've heard that. So they fly 3 times a day. Complimentary refreshments and snacks. They get the Vita e-cafe coffee served on board, and they followed COVID protocols. I found that Lift Airline is probably one of my best domestic airlines. Their service for me is really, really good, and their price was also really, really good. So I was quite happy with them. That's kind of what the uniform looks like, if you can see. So it's very funky and fresh, and it's, yeah, I really, really enjoyed it. Then next, City Lodge. I had to stay 1 night pre and post at City Lodge before going to Mauritius. For me, I really enjoyed the City Lodge. It was really, really nice. It is walking distance from the terminal buildings, and it's by the Gautrain station. Business travelers, I would definitely put business travelers in this hotel, and also for pre and post accommodation. I actually thought it was really nice, considering that it is just like an overnight hotel. One thing that you do need to let your clients know, that if they are staying that the restaurant does close at 9, because I wasn't aware of this. And when I checked in, we obviously got there a little bit late. And by the time I wanted to have dinner, it was already closed. And to have to walk all the way back into the airport is quite a mission. So that is something that you should actually tell your clients. For me, the rooms were quite big and they were really, really comfortable. My room had a bath and a shower in. And yeah, it had everything that you need, really. It does have a fitness center, boardrooms, all of that. So literally for business travelers, it's actually really, really great. And then South African Airways. So this is how we were greeted when we arrived at the airports, Thompson's Travel, and they actually had a red carpet down for us, which was actually really sweet. The COVID protocols there are like very strict. So I would definitely tell your clients to arrive way before time, and make sure that they have all their documentation, because it took each of us about 20-30 minutes to check in for our flights, because they had to go through every single piece of information and documentation that we had. So that is definitely something that you need to tell your clients, to make sure that they have everything. Then this flight, this little picture here at the end, the picture of the airplane, that's actually the picture that we took of the plane coming to fetch us from Mauritius, because we were actually on the last flight out coming back. So we actually got that picture of them fetching us, which was quite sad. And for me, their onboard entertainment wasn't very great. On our way to Mauritius, we didn't have our own screens. So we couldn't really choose what we wanted to watch, but on our way back, we did have our own screens. The onboard entertainment for me was very limited. There wasn't a lot, and the choices that you did have weren't very great. But for me, their food and their service was actually really, really good. I really enjoyed it. And then next, Thompson's Mauritius. So this is how your clients get greeted when they arrive in Mauritius. So we had Priya. So she stands there with the board as soon as you come out of the terminals and everything. And then she literally just gives you like a brief rundown on Mauritius, the island, and she gives you some history and everything. And she's always there. So your clients, if they have more than one transfer, she'll kind of be there with them the whole way. Yeah, and then that's just a picture of us, our whole group that went. That's pretty much it from our side. Ange, don't know.
Okay, can I ask, at City Lodge, did they not have room service?
They do have room service, but
Okay.
that also closed at 9.
Oh.
So
Okay,
even the room service closed, yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, because that was my next thing that I was going to do. And then they said, no, sorry, they can't actually bring me food because the restaurant closes at 9.
Was that due to the curfew?
I'm not actually sure if it was due to the curfew, if it was like that permanently, but yeah, they just told me that, sorry, the restaurant closes at 9 and I can't get food.
Actually, it could be because of the curfew. Maybe.
Yeah, it could be maybe that they had to go home.
Okay. And the one thing I also wanted to mention just on your lift, when we did have to change your ticket, there was no charge. So it really is, you know, because you guys had to come back earlier, there was no charge. So that worked out very well. So yeah, so that was good news. Okay, thanks, Wendy. Who is going to go next? Who can I make host? Olivia, do you want to do it?
I can go, no problem. Sorry, I thought I was going to be the last one because I prepared the presentation of the last one.
Okay, let me make you host. No problem, don't stress.
Okay, I'm the host, okay.
Yes.
I'm going to share my screen now.
So Olivia is from Grosvenor Tours, one of our sister companies, and she had the pleasure of joining the trip as well, which is great.
Just share my screen. There you go. Can everybody see my screen?
Yes, we can.
Okay. So I also, like Wendy, I had to overnight in Cape Town, in Joburg, because I flew from Cape Town. And I stayed in Intercontinental Tambo, which is also across the road from the airport. I took the last flight from Cape Town to Johannesburg, and I also arrived quite late, and I was very glad that I didn't have to wait for any transport or any shuttles. I just had to walk across. On the first night I stayed at Tambo, I actually took the longer route because there are signs on the airport that to follow, the signs that guide you to go underground. And then instead of just crossing over the zebra crossing, which I find it the next time, the following time when I got back from Mauritius, instead of just following the sign, I just walked, just crossed the zebra crossing, and that was much quicker and easier because I didn't have to take any escalators with my luggage or anything like that. So just something to bear in mind when you have your clients there. They also offer the service of one of the porters meeting at the terminal, which is a good option for VIP clients. So this is just a picture of how it looks on the outside, and as you enter the hotel, the reception area is on this side, and then when facing the reception area, when you turn left, there'll be a little lounge area, and the restaurant here down, all the way down in across, and that's where you have breakfast. You can have dinner. Due to the curfew, the breakfast only open at 6:30, so that didn't give me a lot of time to enjoy breakfast the first morning or the morning after I arrived. So I had a quick quick breakfast, still enjoyed a little bit. And I didn't know about the time of the breakfast before I checked in. So otherwise I would have arranged just a breakfast bag or breakfast box for me rather than waiting for breakfast. And then the next slide, sorry, it's just some facts about the hotel itself. It's great for business. It's great for overnights because of the distance from the airport. And these pictures at the bottom are just the pictures of the rooms that I stayed in, which is the entry-level room, the deluxe room, and is this the room that we sell, we sell more frequently. And about my experience there, the room was very comfortable. I found it a little bit, the decor was a little bit too dark. These are not pictures that I took. These are pictures that I got from Wetu. So when, it felt a lot darker than it is in these pictures. But they had a little surprise for me. They put up a platter of dry balls and biltong dry fruits, and some nuts, which was great because I hadn't had dinner just like Wendy, and I wasn't ready to just go anywhere to have something to eat, so I ate that. And on the second time I stayed there, I knew about the time of breakfast, so I arranged a breakfast box. And the problem I had with the breakfast box is that some of the items had expired. So I think we just need to, be vigilant and just make sure when we order breakfast boxes that they need to double check that everything, is, it's still within the expiry dates. And then, so this is the hotel in Mauritius, Presqu'île Hotel Mauritius. Was not on our original schedule. It was an add-on visit. And we went there because on our last day, we had a bit of time after we had checked in our flight to view this site. We did not stay at this hotel. And it's 10 minutes away from the airport. So it was after we checked in, we quickly went there, had a 30-minute site inspection, which I'm very glad because it's a beautiful, beautiful property. So this is an aerial view of the property. It's a little peninsula joined by this bridge. And we can see this beautiful blue sea. This is a picture that one of us took as you enter the hotel. This is the first thing you see. So you can see the sea ride, in the back, and the swimming pool. And I was quite surprised because it felt, as you enter the hotel, the entrance is not, it's not very open, but as you enter the hotel, that's what I felt a lot of the times, even with the spa, that it seems small, but as you enter, is fresh and open and beautiful place. I'm not going to read all the facts because we've got here on the slide, but the main points for me, they stood out of this hotel, is the distance from the airport. We could not, even though it was very close to the airport, there was not a lot of noise when we were there. This is part of a group called Southern Cross Hotels Mauritius, and is a no dress code property, which is also great to know because that for me makes it better when you have kids. It seems more relaxed. So, and they have a kids club. So I feel like this property is great for when you have small kids. And I will talk more about the kids club in the following slides. I wanted to share these pictures with all of you. This is one of pictures that was taken by one of us. And so as you walked across the pool and get to the beach, this is the area that you see, or the view that you have from that area. Beautiful blue sea, very calm, great for when you for small kids. And the water is warm. What I found about about the sand in Mauritius is that it's more coarse than the sand that we find here, but this wasn't as bad as the sand further south when we were at J.W. Maris, because I thought there was sometimes it would even hurt depending on how sensitive your feet are. So more pictures that were taken by us. This is the opposite side of the previous picture. So if you're standing on the beach and you take a picture of the property, then you can see the rooms here, all facing the sea, all with sea view. Then this picture here, I wanted to take because I really love this beds under the tree. It seemed very all that I wanted to do was just lie here and relax. And now I'm going to start talking quickly. I'm not going to go in more into details about the room types, but we only managed to see 2 room types, which was the superior, the entry level room is a room that looks exactly like this. This is not one of our photos, but it's a room that looks exactly like this. And from the entry level room, they allow 2 adults and 1 teenager or child up to 15 years or 17 years old, which the child would sleep on this sleeper couch here in the room. Then junior suite is the next room that we viewed that day. And this room is used for honeymooners. It's a beautiful room. All of them are on the first floor. So they all have this beautiful sea view here. One downfall for me of this room is that this is very personal, is the open plan bathroom, because it's very, even though they have these screens here, it's still, if someone is on this side and has to cross over, you go through the bathroom, and that depending on your client, or even if I were your client, I wouldn't like this that much, but it's a beautiful room. So we didn't see any of the garden of the family rooms. These are the garden family rooms. Another upselling point about Presqu'île Hotel is that their family rooms have 2 bedrooms, and in one of the bedrooms you can accommodate up to 3 teenagers. They are 17 and under. So you have 2 sleeper couches and a rollaway bed right under one of the sleeper couches here in a separate room. This is a deluxe room. We didn't view this room, but these rooms are on the opposite side. They face the lagoon, not the ocean. Also can accommodate 2 adults and 1 teenager up to the age of 17. Deluxe family rooms, they can also accommodate up to 3 teenagers. Again, we didn't see this room, but I just wanted to share pictures. And this is the prestige rooms we didn't see, but they have the best location right on the beach, and they can accommodate up to 2 adults and 1 teenager, again in a sleeper couch here. So they've got 3 restaurants on the property. This is the main restaurant where they'll have breakfast, and it's included in the half board, full board, and all inclusive. They have you can have lunch, breakfast, lunch, and dinner on this restaurant, and is a buffet type restaurant. The Mosaic is not open; is only open for dinner, and is an a la carte restaurant. And then they have the beach restaurant, which is not included. But it's a beautiful restaurant. We view all the main areas, but unfortunately the photos we took were not great. So I used the photos that I got from our representative there, and Medley Bar, which is more for your drinks and your cocktails, and they have live entertainment at night. So this is the Kiddies Club. When we went to the kids club, it had this beautiful smell because they were baking something, and they even offered the little cake that they were baking with the kids. It's open from the morning to the evening, from 9:30 to 9:30 in the evening, and the kids can stay there the whole day. Parents don't even have to worry about taking the kids for their meals, because they have caregivers who will just take the kids to the restaurant for the meals, and they have several activities. They can take naps. There are games, books, and everything in that kid. These are pictures that we took of the kids club, and these are just some of the activities that are included, and they also offer activities as a supplement. And I'm not going to read through all of that, but I can share the presentation if you'd like. And the Banyan Spa, we were very impressed, at least I was very impressed with the spa, because we enter this is like a small door, but it just opens up when you enter, and it's very fresh and new, and it smells really delicious. So there's some pictures of the rooms that they, you know, the treatment rooms. They have a couple treatment room with a nice big bath. They use this for honeymooners. And so that was it about the, sorry, let me just go back. I wanted to end with this last photo of all of us. So this is not at Presqu'île. This was MRU team on the last night, and I just wanted to end with this picture of all the lovely ladies that came with us, or came with me to the educational, and made this educational very special. And I want to thank you, thank Thompson's Holidays for inviting me. It was a great experience. I had no expectations about Mauritius. I had never been there. I don't sell Mauritius a lot yet. We're starting up now. And also this, even though our trip had to be cut short, it was great to experience that as well, because now traveling in times of uncertainty, it really showed that it's important to have an agent or a DMC or someone to be there for you when that happens and you need to change your plans while you're traveling. So it's great to have that support from Thompson's, and even experience that fear of not knowing of what's going to happen. And yeah, so I think that in these times is actually going to be good for us who work with DMCs, who are working DMCs, and we work for travel agencies, because it's traveling in times of uncertainties is just really difficult, and just reassures the clients when you to have someone to back you up when something like that happens. Yeah, that's me.
Thank you, Olivia. That was an excellent presentation. Well done. I know you were nervous to do it, but you did it very seamlessly. I think 100%, 100% the importance, and this is how we have to sell it to our customers as well, but to all the agents from a sales perspective, our sales team, the importance of it. Things can change very quickly, and we acted very fast, got everybody back. The airlines were great, but having a DMC on the ground really does make a huge difference. And Wendy went through Thompson's Mauritius, and they're fantastic. So that always helps from that perspective. I think, I'm not sure if anyone's got any questions on Presqu'île. On anybody got anything? It's looking absolutely stunning since I last saw it, because I obviously haven't seen the renovations. But Nicole or anybody else want to add anything? But I think you did a very good job there. Thanks, Olivia.
Yeah, no, just to echo what Anne said, well done, Olivia. That was really, really brilliant. I'm really happy that you remembered many of the key selling points on Presqu'île. Well done. I'm really happy for you.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, shall we go to Kundile? Are you ready to do yours?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay, let me just reclaim the host. Kundile, let me make you host. There we go, you should be host now.
Okay. Can you guys see my screen?
Starting to come up. Yes, we can. You can just make it full screen, then we're good to go. Thanks.
How do I do that?
Or just start slideshow. Let's see. There we
Can
go.
you see it now?
Perfect. Yeah.
Okay,
perfect.
mine is going to be very short. It's just a Maritime Resort and Spa. It is an hour away from the airport, an all-inclusive resort. The picture on the right is when you, drive into the resort, going through, because I'm nervous, going through to reception. And they've got a spa. The beach is very beautiful. The spa has 2 bright rooms. They've got a golf course. It is perfect for families and couples. They've got 2 swimming pools with a swim-up bar. And then they've got rooms and suites. So they've got suites with a private balcony. The junior suites are located in the new wing of the resort with an infinity pool and a bar. And the presidential suites have a private sauna. And then the villas have a private garden and a swimming pool. There's deluxe rooms and deluxe classrooms. We stayed in a deluxe room. They also have a beautiful balcony with the sea views. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we hear Shame. Just relax. We were listening.
God. Okay. They've got different restaurants. I think the last night we went to the beach barbecue restaurant. There's fresh food there, a braai, as it's a barbecue restaurant. And then there's the main restaurant. That's where we had the buffet lunch. And they made sure that you wear your mask while dishing up your food, and then you can take it off when you get to your table. And then there's a Nest rooftop bar. That's where we went for just drinks and light snacks before dinner. Before dinner. And these are some of the activities that we did. And then my highlight for this was doing horse riding, because it was my first time and I used to be scared of horses. So this was really amazing. There's archery. They have an animal farm. There's paddle boats, glass bottom boats, and a dive center. They actually have a lot of activities there that you can actually do. And oh yeah, I think that's it.
Okay, how were the COVID protocols at the hotel, Kondile?
When we walked in, we got sanitizers, and you had to wear your mask the whole time around the resort, except when you go to the beach. Yeah.
Okay, so you felt safe and happy there.
Yeah. And the one thing that we saw, it's a very big resort, so we kept on getting lost because there's like a lot of steps and yeah.
Okay. All right.
So just to add on to the protocols, the question that you just asked now, Ange, I wasn't too happy with some of the protocols that they had in play at the restaurants. Now, I'll give you an example. You go for breakfast, it's a buffet restaurant, and then each food station didn't have someone manning it. So what essentially happened is I would pick some fruits, then the next person behind me would pick fruits as well, using the same pinches that I had used. So there was that touch element that I wasn't too comfortable with. I did raise it with the hotel, but other than that, all other protocols are in play. Something that I also would like to add, this hotel, guys, has recently opened. It was closed for a good year and a half. So it's really stunning. It's gone through a total revamp in terms of renovations. It's a gorgeous, large property. their pricing levels are really attractive at the moment. They've got a 50% running right through during your high and shoulder seasons, and then a 35% in your low season. And you can get a good deal for about 26,000 Rand all inclusive. So for 5-star, recently renovated, that's really great pricing. Tons of water sports and activities. Something with the Maritime Resort that hasn't changed too much is the overall look and feel. Your room still got that dark wood, authentic Mauritian look, but the new wing that Quindile spoke about, it's about I would say like a 5-minute drive up with the golf cart, because the property is so big. So it's a little bit further out to the main restaurants and spas and main swimming pool, even though it's got its own swimming pool. Those rooms are funky, new, bright, fresh. So yeah, I just wanted to add that on Maritime Resort. It's looking really lovely.
Perfect. Thanks, Nicole. That's great. I did see a lot of pictures of the horse riding, and it did definitely seem to be the highlights of that property. And I think that is something different. So I think that was very clever of them and nice to include you guys in that.
Can I ask a question? Hi, everybody. It's Karen here. So I happened to look at the Maritime yesterday. And I've noticed obviously the room type changes. So maybe we can discuss that more in detail. I noticed the classic rooms in Travel Studio, and those would be the old standard rooms. So would you say that that would still be classified as 4-star only? Or would you say that if we sell a classic room, it is true 5-star?
Definitely true 5-star.
Okay, so we can sell the classic rooms, although they're not featured in on the website though.
Yeah, so the reason why they don't feature the classic rooms on their website is because they actually have an agreement with a couple of airlines. And when they accommodate the airline staff, they normally house them in the classic rooms. So we have it on our contract, but the inventory is limited. So that's why they don't feature it on their websites.
Great. Thanks, Karen. Thanks for that question. A very good question. Okie dokie. Thanks, Cordelia. That was great. You didn't have to be so nervous. It's just us. Let me just see now. Let me reclaim host. Okay. Shanice, are you okay to go?
Yes.
Okay. So Shanice is new with us, and she was very fortunate to join the trip as well. So let me just find you, Shanice, to make you host.
No problem.
Okay, there we go. So you should be able to share your screen now. Perfect.
Okay, can you see my screen?
Yes, you can.
Okay, perfect. So I'm going to be talking about my experience at the JW Marriott. The transfer from the airport was a bit of a drive. It was about 1 hour and 20 minutes, but thankfully we got to take in the beautiful views of Mauritius. Once we got to the resort, we were basically welcomed with cold towels and something cold to drink, which was really nice after a long drive. We then proceeded to tag our bags so we could be sent to our rooms. This is basically the main reception area, basically where you check in, check out. If you have any questions, it can be asked here. And it's definitely the most beautiful reception area I've seen, with the most amazing backdrop. So we then made our way to a separate lobby, basically where we got our antigen test done. This was done very quickly by an on-site nurse, and we were allowed to roam, or we made our way to our room. I opted to make my way to my room, and I was escorted by a staff member who gave me a very in-detailed overview of my room, which was extremely helpful. So basically, when you enter the room, you'll see a little counter to the right. It basically has a tea and coffee station, bottles of water. You even receive a complimentary bottle of wine and a little note welcoming you to the JW Marriott. It also has a fully stocked minibar. And yeah, Then to the left, you have a extremely spacious bathroom. The highlight of the bathroom for me would be the oval marble bathtub, which was absolutely stunning. You then get two marble vanities and your usual premium bath amenities, plush bathrobes, and slippers. Moving on to the room aspect, we stayed in a junior suite king equipped with a one king bed and a one sofa bed. It's extremely spacious and well suited to accommodate 2 adults and 2 children, and can even accommodate an infant in a cot on request. So in the bathroom, there's a little door in the closet area, which leads to another room. So basically the second room, making these 2 rooms interleading, which is good for a larger family. There is a difference with the second room. It has a queen bed instead of a king bed, and it has a standard bathtub instead of the marble bathtub. But this room was absolutely stunning, and I think couples and families would enjoy this. Passing through the sliding door, you get onto your terrace where you can enjoy the beautiful view of the garden on your beautiful outdoor furniture. Moving on to the beach aspect, from my room, it was about a 30-second walk to the beach, which was really nice. Like Livia did say, the sand was a bit rough in some areas on this beach, but luckily the staff are up quite early raking the sand in the morning to make sure it's perfect for their guests. All over the beach, there are numerous lounges available. When lounging on the beach, you can enjoy complimentary refreshments such as juices and ice water. Any alcoholic beverages will cost you extra. We were lucky enough to have some really good experiences at the JW Marriott, one being the glass bottom boat. As you can see, the beautiful view of Lemon Mountain along the beautiful water was definitely one of my highlights. 2, we got to experience cocktail making class at the main bar area at the resort, which was extremely fun. 3, we enjoyed a beach fit in the scorching hot sun. Personally, this wasn't one of my favorite things as it was way too hot at that time of day. I think guests would enjoy this more if it was perhaps an hour earlier or even later in the day. 4th, we got to enjoy the tranquility of the spa with a 10-minute shoulder massage, and we enjoyed some vanilla tea afterwards. I know all the ladies in the group really enjoyed this. Onto the food. On our first night, we experienced a 4-course meal at Le Menu dining room, which was absolutely amazing. As you can see, some of the pictures of what we ate that night. Our wine and water were continuously topped up the entire evening. On the second day, we experienced a breakfast and lunch at the Boathouse Bar and Grill. The food was absolutely lovely, and we had an added bonus of the amazing view of the ocean. This had to be my favorite restaurant on the resort. It was the Floating Market, where we basically enjoyed Asian-inspired food, which was definitely my favorite. Onto the service. The staff were exceptional at this resort. They were always willing to help and always going the extra mile to make sure the guests were comfortable. And they did little things to make the experience even better. For example, as you can see, there was a little pop-up message on my TV welcoming me to the JW Marriott, which was a nice touch. And then you can see here was a little sheet of paper that has the experiences you can enjoy throughout the day, given to you at breakfast, which is nice. I think clients would really enjoy that, so they can plan out their days quite well and not miss out on any activities. Some noteworthy mentions is that they have a really nice kids club. They have a schedule full of activities to keep the kids busy throughout the day. So kids will be entertained. Another noteworthy mention is that they have a 32-seat cinema, which I think could be a lot of fun for the entire family. They basically give you a little box of popcorn and some treats so you can have the full experience. My next slide is something that I wanted to share with you guys. It's one of my favorite pictures from the trip. It's the beautiful sunset at Mauritius at the JW Marriott. And Overall, my experience at the JW Marriott was amazing. I believe clients will definitely get their money's worth from service, food, atmosphere at the resort. It was absolutely stunning. And even though our trip did get cut short, I'm so glad that the JW Marriott was first on our list. Thank you.
Thank you, Shanice. Well done.
Well
Very well
done.
done.
Very nice. Very nice.
Yeah, so another question, obviously the protocols is important for me. So how do you think this hotel fared with the protocols?
You know what? As soon as we got there on the first day, they did explain to us that they have a very relaxed protocol when it comes to COVID. You can wear your mask if you want to, and you don't have to. They don't want to, they do believe that clients are on holiday, so it should be relaxed. So at the beach, no one really had their mask on. I know us in our group, we did have it on from time to time when we walk into the lobbies and in the restaurants, but other guests were much more relaxed in that sense where they did not have masks on. So, yeah.
Okay, all right, but they did sanitize and everything like that.
Yes, yes.
Okay, perfect. Does anybody have any questions on that particular property? It was looking gorgeous as well.
It was.
Mhm. No, everybody fine with that product, that property. Okay, so now I don't know, Byron, if you managed, is Byron on?
Hello?
Hi. Oh, there you are. Okay. Did you manage to, are you going to just talk or did you manage to get your
I've got my
presentation?
presentation here, but how do I share these things to the...
Yeah, I'll just make you host first of all. Hold on a sec, Byron. Byron actually went on a different educational. He went with the Mauritian Tourism Board. So he went to a few different properties. So I thought it was good to include Byron as well. Byron, I've made you host, so you should be able to, at the bottom, there's a green share screen. If you press on that, then you should be able to share your screen.
Terrific, let's check it out. Can you all see this?
We can indeed. You can go ahead, thank you.
Okay, it's the first time I'm using SharePoint, so please bear with me. Let me just see this from the beginning. Yes. Hi, everybody. How you guys doing?
Here we go.
So, like Anne said, I went something different. I believe super fortunate because the timing that I went, as well as it was the first time that I went, we went with the MTPA, which is the Mauritius Tourism Promotion Authority. Yeah, it was one heck of a journey, a beautiful experience. And from starting, you know, you get to our Tambo, you wait for your flight, and getting there, checking in, that was fine. Then the flight was 1 hour delayed, right? Then from that being delayed, we climb on the plane, we taxi to the air steward coming over the comm saying, don't worry, it is not a bomb. So I'm like, what's this guy talking about bombs? Next thing, they found cocaine, 4 kilograms of cocaine in the, what's these things, when you serve the food trolley. So this is how my journey starts. Meant to get to Mauritius at 1935. We only got to Lagoon Attitude at, I think it was 2:30 in the morning, but that's fine. Okay. Yeah, so we arrived at Lagoon Attitude. The check-in process was quite tedious, although yes, it was 2 o'clock in the morning. The Oaks had the iPad and stuff. It wasn't a fluid process. That was another 45 minutes. So we only got into bed at about 3:15, shown to our rooms and stuff like that. But yeah, Lagoon Attitude is, let me just see now. Sorry guys, I've got 9 minutes to do this. Lagoon Attitude, beautiful property, adults only. The one thing is at the beach, it feels almost man-made, but it's not man-made. It's very small. It's like a little bottleneck. I would say the stretch that you have to swim in is maybe say 15 meters wide. And the sand is not as powdery as one would think. It's very coarse and granular. Great, nice location, North Coast. Great evening entertainment, gourmet experience. Yeah, they've got these little tabagie huts. And I didn't know about this until we went for lunch the following day. And it's in the corner of the property. So if you don't know about it, you won't know about it until you either discover or somebody tells you about it. Then from there, we went to Sunrise Attitude. Also, again, adults only property, beautiful. It's more of a narrow resort. And here the beach is across the road. And it's not like a service road where there's only bicycles used. It's kind of like a main road. Yeah, it's a beautiful resort. Great nightlife, great food, awesome swimming pool. Here, the rooms, none of the rooms have TVs. So I spoke to, and forgive my pronunciation, Nicole, his name is Guillaume. Guillaume, yes. So I asked him about this at breakfast, and I said to him, what's up with the no TVs? And he's like, well, the concept is we did away with the TVs. They jacked up the internet because everyone comes with an iPad, a laptop, this and that, and they can just catch up on that. So I think that's pretty cool. And also, it's you don't go on holiday to watch TV. It's silly. Okay. Oh yes. One thing at the Attitude properties, all of the Attitude properties, they have a signature restaurant called Cote Nu, which is 100% Mauritian culinary experience that serve only multi-flavored local cuisine. And if I'm not mistaken, once a week, they throw in a complimentary cooking class where you can go there and learn how to cook and experience the local cuisine. From here, Solana, beautiful property. Great beach. It's a little bit corally though. Your feet will bleed. It's hectic. Tiptoeing in the ocean, it's awkward. But it's nice. It's long, turquoise water. We did some canoeing here. Unbelievable experience. Yeah, it's something that money cannot put together. And yeah, at Solana, adults only. All the rooms are sea facing. They've got an awesome evening entertainment. Where they've got like this little man-made beach. They've got an awesome wooden like dance floor. They've got the DJ there. It's quite a vibe. And the thing is that I found here, if you're on half board, it's going to be quite expensive. I mean, I paid 600 Mauritian rupees for a cheeseburger, but it was worth it. But it's a little bit pricey. Oh yes, and then also the rum tasting. They've got quite an authentic little rum shack in the middle of the property, where you can go and experience rum tasting. It's quite an experience. It's nice. If you don't like rum, then, but yeah, it's pretty cool. And then, yo, this is rushed, eh? But look, last but not least, is the beauty of Mauritius for me, guys. I haven't seen much property there. But see Mauritius, hands down, for me, the most beautiful resort that I've been to, purely from the experience that you get from the staff, the resort layout, the beach, the sand, the locals, the nightlife. It blew me away. The rooms were massive. The beds, you can put 10 people in it, it's okay. And the door opens, depending where you were, onto like this massive grass area that's got a swimming pool, and you walk from the swimming pool and this beach bar, and Harry there will serve you up a cold one, give you snacks. And here is where I had the best beach. The sand was powdery. You can walk, like if you're looking at this image now, you can see the two kite surfaces and you can see the break at the back there. You can walk to that, and I'm not lying to you. It's about 1 kilometer distance. And the elevation is that your ankle height, knee height, and your neck height, and it goes like that all the way till the break. Yes, you will come across little reefs and stuff, but it's just, it was awesome. And here we had, I played some football with the locals. and Italians and British, and it was an absolutely amazing experience. This resort I will recommend to families any day of the week, to couples, to honeymooners. It is extremely diverse. Beautiful, 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 beautiful property. I loved it. Out of everything, this was my favorite resort. I heard everyone talking about the COVID protocols. They weren't tense. Once they knew that you were negative and stuff like that, they were pretty relaxed about wearing masks and stuff. Look, people around you did wear masks, but I didn't, and I never was asked once. But then quickly back to when we checked in, on day 0, you call the doctor at 8 a.m. Can you please come to my room? He was there by 8:30. He did the swab. Within 2 minutes, I had my test. Then I could obviously make my way to breakfast and then carry on the trip as per normal. Guys, it took me months and weeks to prepare this. It's taken me 7 minutes to throw this all at you. I'm terribly sorry, the lack of information and things that I've missed. But this is what I've got to say about that.
Is that okay, Byron? That's great. Okay, there is a question. Is there a gym on any of these resorts?
A gym?
Yeah.
Yes, definitely.
Okay.
Solana, I'm not too sure. I didn't explore Solana too much, but I know the others that they are.
At all of
Okay.
the resorts, they have fitness centers.
Great.
Are you asking or saying, Nicole?
I'm telling you.
Oh, yes, you are. Thank you.
Very nice presentation, Byron. I'm very impressed. For someone that hasn't had much time with PowerPoint, you've done a really good job.
Yeah, guys, my mouth is dry. I'm nervous. I put
It's okay. No.
It's,
Just calm down. You've done brilliantly.
no, I'm calm. Yeah, this is like a little time to
It's only us.
go.
Okay, there must
Thank
be
you, guys,
some
for your time.
questions on these
Oh, yes.
properties.
Don't forget the last image. Boom.
Oh, stunning. And there's Byron. If you ever hasn't
Who's
seen
that
Byron.
handsome oak in the corner? Look.
So Byron also attended a workshop on behalf of Thompson's Holidays, where all suppliers were present, and he had his own desk. He did well, very well.
Mind if I just touch on that little experience?
Go
Yes,
ahead.
there's time, guys. So it doesn't matter if you go over a little bit. If somebody has to leave, they can leave, but otherwise carry on. Thanks.
Beautiful. So now, let me just highlight on what Nicole was saying. So this whole trip, the only thing I knew about this trip is that I was going to Mauritius. I didn't know who the MTPA was. I didn't know what was happening. And the awesome thing was that there were maybe 20 different countries, all from the MTPA organization, that all come together. And on the Wednesday, we all went to Le Meridian, which they were refurbing. And of course, why we were there is because there's no guests. So we can move freely, we can use as much space as we wanted to. And so yes, like Nicole was saying, so I had my own little desk there. I had 2 chairs in front of me. I had a Thompson's magazine. And people would come to me and ask me, how am I doing? How's Thompson doing? How the figures are doing? And you had to ring it. And I just had to remember what Nicole had briefed me on. But the experience, guys, I cannot share that amazingness. Especially because in the whole hall of 500 people, I was the only person who was the first time going to Mauritius. And just meeting different people, seeing that perspective on how things of the trade work, is absolutely amazing. And then the function that they threw for us afterwards, the effort that they put in, it was just, that was amazing. That's all I got to say. Thank you.
Yeah, well done, Byron. I think it is great. I think it is good for everyone to experience the different people that you do meet, suppliers that come to you and ask about Thompson's, and just to learn a little bit more, a little bit different to what you do every day, get you out of your comfort zone. So that's great. I'm sure there's a lot more Byron can share. So I'm sure if you give him a call, he's happy to share anything more. If you've got any questions on anything, Nicole's always available, and she obviously did a trip and went to a few different properties as well. But next, I don't know if you've got anything to add, but well done, everyone, and thanks for sharing your experience.
No, from my side, I think the guys did a really great job. Thank you everyone for your input. We look forward to you guys, you know, being experts selling the destination. You all know I'm very passionate about it, so you're welcome to contact me should you have any questions. Other than that, I have nothing further to add. I will send a little brief about my visit to Outrigger, which was one of my first hotels that I visited on arrival. I did a little bit of a different itinerary to the educational, but I'll do a little bit of a brief on email just to give you guys an understanding of what I feel the resort should be selling at in terms of star grading, service, and all of that there. So something will follow within the next week. But thanks everyone for all your efforts. It was really, really greatly appreciated.
Good. Okay, guys, let's hope that there's many more of these trips with everything opening up, and let's hope that all our customers rebook and travel soon. Thank you to everybody that joined today, and have a fabulous Friday.
Thanks all.
Cheers, bye-bye.
Cheers.
Bye.
Bye.
Cheers. Bye. Bye.
Bye-bye.